Alrighty. I swear to you. Oh, I guess that's just what it is. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't put my FX replay on. Question. Okay, so for y'all who have a Mac and TikTok Live Studio. So I had TikTok Live Studio, right? I downloaded it when I had passed 1,000 followers, but I did not apply for the extension to get it when I had 1,000 followers. And they're like, you can't have TikTok Studio until you have 3,000 followers, right? So I deleted the app off my computer. I have a Mac and I use it parallel. I'm trying to download TikTok Live Studio, and then the installation keeps failing, and I don't know why. So if y'all have any help to why, DM me after this. However, I don't know. It didn't work like this the last time I tried to download it. It just downloaded and it was fine. TikTok probably is about to get banned, so it doesn't even matter. But either way, it does suck. Okay. So let's go back to back testing. Damn, 6 hours. And yeah, I really have been whatchamacallit, liking staying on the 15-minute chart, honestly, as long as possible. That's what I did when I was like the most profitable, and I started switching up and losing again, all these things. I try ICT concepts, so let's just go from there. What do I do? We have ES on the right and NQ on the left for SMT. And then I usually always start off on the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame. We can do the 1 hour this time. But I usually start off on the 4. You start off on the 4, see where the draw is, and go from there. We did this session yesterday. Let's go to the next New York session. I trade only at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is my time. I don't take trades before 10 a.m. I try to trade the 10 a.m. 4 hour or 1 hour candle, wherever it's going, if that makes sense. That's how I trade. It keeps me avoiding fake outs. It works with my patience, all the things. Because I'm a not patient trader. If I get on too early, if I get on the 3 minute too fast or anything like that, I will literally get in the dumbest trade for no reason. And that's just a problem I have. So to prevent that, I usually just get on at 10 o'clock. So we have fair value gaps here on NQ and ES on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 15 minute. And then play this out. Okay, so we kind of have SMT because ES is already in this fair value gap, NQ is not. So maybe we'll go higher. Let's see how the 10 a.m. candle starts to play out first. Okay, it's already kind of moving up already. The target and the draw would be this high. Let's see if we take out that high or not. Boom, there's a trade. Okay, great. Great. What will your entry be? Let's go to the 3 minute. Honest to God, this is the 10 a.m. candle. I probably would have gotten it once this candle closed, to be honest with y'all. And that's what I used to do. When I was trading before, I would start taking trades on the 15-minute chart. No lie. And if I needed to get on the 3 minute, I would. But you see how you can take a trade on the 15-minute and it just works, and you kind of wait. And if it's choppy, you know it's going to chop because you're on the 15-minute chart. I don't know why I abandoned the 15-minute chart. It really hurts me to say, but I do that. I'll take 2 losses and I start switching stuff up. And then let's see what you get here. I mean, you didn't really get a good entry here at all. There's no IFEGs. There's no nothing. You do kind of get a market structure shift above this swing high. So your 15-minute entry was better than your 3-minute entry. Your 3-minute entry wouldn't be to the candle close above this swing high for a market structure shift. Stop loss below the low, and then let's see if you get a 1 to 2. You might not, but maybe you do. You should. Come on. Ooh. Oh, wait. That's why you gotta be patient. Boom, 1 to 2. You still got it. So don't get greedy either. Take a 1 to 2 going about your day. Especially at highs like this where you don't have a target. Maybe if we zoomed out on the 1 hour, we'd have one. But for here's sake, this is it. This is how I trade every day. Because if you wait till 10 a.m. and say you are just, like I said, I'm a decent trader, I'm profitable, but I am still a beginner. Sometimes you'd get in and you'd see this and you'd want to short. And you do get a candle close, like a little CISD here technically. But we know that on the 1 hour, we have a fair value gap here to bounce off of. However, if you didn't mark that up and you didn't know and you just took this, because that's how a lot of us ICT traders started. That's how I started. I would just get on the chart, see a market structure shift, and take it. And then you'll lose like this. And it worked out for me for a little bit until I started losing. Then I had to like add in higher time frames and things. But as you see, if you were getting in before 10 o'clock, you might have like got in the short. And then you realize, actually, wait, no. Let me look for buys. Or just wait till 10 a.m. Because if it goes shorter, you probably would have got a nice sell trade at 10 a.m. back under this gap. And then you would have been confirmed, you know? And then you could have took it down to somewhere else. To the London low. So there's no point of waiting till you're sure. It's okay to wait till you're sure instead of getting trigger happy. Will you? I don't know, because sometimes I don't. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Let's go to the next day. Back to the 1 hour chart. And then backtesting also just helps with your confidence. Like if I start spiraling, I usually backtest for a day or two and then I feel better. But I'm gonna backtest every day just because. Until TikTok goes away. Some days are unclear like this. I don't really see a draw, but I do see that we came out of this fair value gap already. And I mean, do we want to shoot all the way up here? I don't know. Let's look on the 4 hour, and then if not, we'll just see what the 15 is showing us, because I don't. Ooh. I mean, the 4 hour is showing it does want to go up here. So that's kind of far, but I mean, whatever. Okay, so we have a 15-minute gap here. If we close above this and inverse it to the upside, that will confirm your buys. Actually, it's not that bad. So wait for us to close above here, and if you want to be extra sure, wait for this change in the state delivery here and a market structure shift at this little wick. Depending on what you trade, I trade all three, whatever one's the closest. And then let's see what we get. Alrighty, well, it's already starting to push. So on things like this where it starts to push, you probably should go to the 3 minute and see if you get a better entry, because when this candle closes, it might be already close to here. But let's just see if it goes and takes out this full high. Because it might not. I feel like that's kind of far, but it might. Or it might not today. That's just kind of far for me. Yeah, see, I just feel like that was far. If that makes sense. I don't know how I know that. Could be experience with NQ, but that just felt very far to do in one session. So where was 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock was here. We're on the 3 minute. Let's see. There's no, I mean, there is a bullish fair value gap that we kind of finally came into. We closed below it though, like we were going to inverse, and we did not. And then we popped back up. So maybe your entry could have been at the close of this candle, but that's a big candle, and I feel like we'd already probably start reversing. So I don't know if I would take this, but maybe you just take it like 200. I mean, my bracket is 300 ticks off rip. 300 and then 150 for the stop loss. So yeah, maybe, yeah, I probably could have took that. Like automatically my bracket would just set to that. And then if I adjust it to what the market's giving me, then I just do that. So, I mean, it did play out if you wanted it. You waited for the full candle close out of both of the gap, the higher time frame gap, which is the 15 minute, and out of this bullish 3 minute gap with a big displacement up. Take it, 200 ticks, 150, whatever, don't get greedy. And then as you see, it starts to reverse in the afternoon, which I'm off the chart at that point. Some people will wait for this. If you did, that was a better trade of the day. This was the day where 9:30 kind of started the trade. And then you got a macro entry, which we love. I prefer for a macro to get a bearish fair value gap to get inverse. However, there's still a fair value gap for you to touch. It wouldn't have been a time for you to get right in at 10 o'clock. You might have on here. We did close below this fair value gap. It would have sucked, but Being realistic as a beginner, you might have took this sell right there. Who knows? But yeah, 300 ticks, that's not that bad. That's really not that bad, actually. So that's why I like that bracket. It's short, but it's long enough to catch things. And then obviously, if the market gives me more, I do move, like, I'll move it accordingly if I'm confident in us getting that move. And like I called before, we weren't getting that move. I just had a feeling we weren't. We weren't pushing up there. We were kind of already, like, making a head and shoulder to the downside, but we weren't ready to go down yet, is what I was getting. Let's see if we got any SMT as well. I did not look at SMT today. We do have a new week opening gap here. So it was SMT technically because it went in the gap here, but that gap on NQ is like way down here. Yeah. So the opening gap is here on NQ. Boom, boom, boom. And then the opening gap on ES was tapped into. If that makes sense. So that was our SMT for the buys. That happened at 9:30, and then at 10 a.m. we got a little bit of the move, as you see by this candle. 9, 10, 11, 12, then they start to reverse. And I was thinking we would sweep this body as a liquidity sweep. So on higher time frames, a body and a candle are usually a swing high or low on the lower time frame, if you didn't know. Like on the chart, this is a swing high, this is a swing high, this is a swing high, and the wick is a swing high, if you know what I'm saying. So there could be SMT at that as well. Like NQ could sweep a body and ES does not sweep a body. Just so you know, for those who don't know. Alrighty, let's go to the next one. The next day and the next day. I did not mean to do that. I was like, oh, what is that? Okay, next New York session. All right, 10 o'clock. Now zoom. Also, always zoom out. Sometimes I'm so zoomed in. I'm so zoomed in like this, and I can't see what's going on. Like, so this gap is this gap. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So ES has already tapped into this gap. Boom. NQ. Not even close. So it might be it's probably giving SMT to the upside. We do still get a liquidity sweep on NQ for us to reverse from. So even if you did just watch without SMT, you still know when to reverse. However, it's just more clear and you're more confident in your bias. So we still got a liquidity sweep here. And we have like an IFVG on the 1 hour, which is lovely. We already closed above. So our draw is probably this gap here. There's a gap here, which is a new day opening gap, an end dog. So that's where you're taking your trade at. And honestly, this is the wick below. Let's see if we can take it off the 1 hour. You shouldn't do this, but let's just see if you could. Stop loss below the wick of 10 a.m. So you probably would have got in somewhere in this body of this candle. And then let's see, it could stop us out. All right, it did hit the gap, which I got greedy. Usually my take profits are always just the bottom of the gap like that. And then it reversed on us. So let's see what that looks like on the 3 minute. So 10 a.m. Oh yeah, it's a really short trade. There's no point in taking that trade. Should just wait for the 10 a.m. reversal out of a fair value gap, which is my bread and butter setup. We got a tap into the fair value gap, the higher time frame one. We get a little gap here to inverse. Once we close below it, boom. And usually, like I said, I used to just trade 10 a.m. reversals, like just. Can we go all the way down to this low here? That would be beautiful. I think we can. Boom. Tapped. The market's always going from a gap to a liquidity point, gap to a liquidity point. Love, 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 love. So yeah, probably should just wait for that reversal. But either way, at 10 a.m., we would have in real time On the 1 hour, it looked like that was a big move, and then when you go on the 3 minute and the 15 minute, you'll see it's not that big of a move. Like that was not worth it. That move here. Sometimes the 1 hour will look like it's far and it's not. But usually the 1 hour is just a way bigger section than the 3 minute and the 15 minute. So it could look small in the 1 hour and you go on the 3 minute and it's a big move. And then some days it actually is a small move on the 1 hour and a small move on the 3 minute. So you would have known, like, actually, no, let's just wait till we bounce off that gap. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, next New York session. I don't know why it's not showing people in my TikTok chat. I wonder, should I go live on Instagram? I want to go live on Instagram. That's why I want my TikTok studio to work, but it's not working. Okay, on the 1 hour, where are we? I don't know. Well, this is a mess. Let's just say our SMT liquidity point is here. It looks the same, but ES did sweep it and NQ has not, and ES has already started pushing up. I don't know if NQ is going to push up. If NQ sweeps this, the SMT is gone though. So it might keep pushing down to this low right here. It might keep pushing down to this low right here. So let's just see how that plays out. And reversing, finally NQ, which is a good sign at 10 a.m. And then ES is already pushing, so that is a good sign. You wait for the move, and then you would go to the 3 minute or 15 minute and see if you get a good setup. You're not going to take a trade like that on the 1 hour like I'm doing now. But let's just go to the 3 minute and see. You want to get like oh yeah, I lined up nicely. We got a little market structure shift coming up right here. We do have a fair value gap already inverse. It's another tiny one. But then we have another one we're about to inverse here that you can wait for if you want to wait for more confidence. Let's see how this plays out. Ooh, that was just a retracement. So that was actually the first loss we kind of had on this session, but where's 10 a.m.? Yeah, it's just one of those ones where I did say if NQ sweeps this line, the SMT is gone, so I should have maybe waited. We were already so close to it. I did say that. And it's a patience thing. And I'm an impatient trader. That's why I took this trade, because I know myself. I'll just be like, we inverse here, but let's see what the 15 minute would have showed. Because my new thing is staying on the 15 minute as long as possible. So here's 10, 15 came up and got a little bearish. And then now they're both probably going to go down. Because, like I said, the SMT is gone once both of these lows get taken out. The same low. So now they should both push lower. We'll see which one goes the furthest. It's probably gonna be NQ hit that blue line first. Either way, that's still pretty far. Maybe they're both reversing. We do have, I think we do have SMT at these lows now, the body. You know, not quite, but we did come lower. ES hasn't gone as low. ES, NQ has gone lower. Let's see if they finally reverse or they both keep going lower. Because I said it's not really SMT until these lows are taken out. Now we kind of have some SMT, but I think we still could push. But that was the sign. That was the downside. And we're gonna finally push. It doesn't matter. That was the trade at 10 a.m. right there. Getting in those shorts, like I said, that's why I said sometimes it looks like SMT and then they both just want to go lower. So it's good to sit in the 15 minute and wait a little bit. Or that's also why now, when two fair value gaps are close together like that, the furthest one is you need to wait for that to be tapped or disrespected. Because here you have two on top of each other. It could inverse this one just to go to that one. So you should wait for this one. And if it goes above this one, then you would have gotten your buy. That was just a mistake on my part. Then you would have gotten your buy because you'd have been more confident. And if not, as you see, we got a candle close out with another IFVG to the downside. And then boom, you're in your sell at this candle close, which is kind of far. you're in your short, and then you take it on down, just probably to the body of that 1 hour candle. Or just 300 ticks, 150 tick stop loss because you didn't get any drawdown. Whatever that looks like for you, that's what it is. For some reason, my TikTok live is not working, or maybe people just don't want to join today. Let's see. I'm going to close it and start it again. And then, if not, I will go on live on Instagram. But yeah, that's it. You just get on the charts and you practice. So let's go back to the 1 hour on NQ and continue. Okay. So yeah, basically what we did was come down. Cause I said it looks like we were doing a market maker sell. There was no fair value gap to bounce out of. This was kind of a liquidity point. That's not even really a swing low at all. It was just a bottom of a big candle. So I was like, let's see. As you can see, it did not really play out for us. Oh, I skipped a whole New York session. No, I didn't. This is the one. This is the one we're in. Actually, yeah, let's try going live on Instagram. Sorry, YouTube. Hold on 1 second. Because it's not, I don't know what it is. It's not really working on TikTok. I haven't gone live on Instagram before, so I kind of want to see what it would look like. I don't know if you name it or something, but let's see. We're going to go live. We're going to do it. Okay. So for the 1 hour chart, we have a fair value gap here on NQ, and then we have a fair value gap here on ES. So we have no SMT because they're both in the gap, if that makes sense, like we saw in the one we did yesterday. No SMT at the gap. SMT is a good sign of a reversal for those who don't know. We already kind of bounced out at 930, but we do have SMT at these highs, however. We had NQ make a higher high, and then we had ES make a lower low, which honestly is a strong sign of a reversal. So at 10 o'clock, let's just see if we do want to continue low, and we have equal lows down here, and that'll be legit. So let's just see how it plays out for a little bit. We'll go down to the 15-minute chart for this. And this is just how you trade every day. You just go down and do a top-down analysis, and you see what you like. All right, did bounce off that gap again. Boom, there's the sell we wanted. So let's just see if you can take a trade down to the downside and it fully plays out. You probably should wait, honestly, for a candle close underneath. However, ES did get a candle close underneath. So let's just see. Maybe you have your stop loss just a little higher in case NQ was to bounce up. And then NQ bounced up a little, and then they both are going down. Let's see how far down we're gonna get. Boom. Beautiful trade. See, that's just all you do every day. If you wait till 10 o'clock, you're not missing anything that happens at 9 o'clock. I have not been marking 10 o'clock at all, but here it is. Boom. 10 o'clock, you were good. See how if you waited to 10, you did get a nice market structure shift at the macro. So maybe you could have gotten in a little earlier, but if your stop loss was tight, you could have got stopped out. However, just wait till 10 o'clock because you didn't really get a confirmation because it could have done this and it could have came and just continued higher and then you'd have been shut luck. So if you waited for that second candle to come down, which let's see what it looks like on the 3-minute chart. How do we know we were going to go down? We had SMT at the highs. We had a lower low in ES, higher high in Q. Prime example of we want to reverse. And then at 10 o'clock, we got... yeah, the entry we got was a nice IFVG. So even trading on the 15-minute lined up with the 3. Actually, no, the 3-minute we got a better entry. We would have got in here. So yeah, you're kind of doing it on a lower time frame to get your entry, you know. But if you got it on the 15-minute, you still got a great trade. But this would have been so much better. So you see it happening on the 15-minute. And then you go down to the 3 and you're like, And even so, you could have... yeah, honestly, once this big candle closed here, after 10 o'clock, then you would have got on the 3-minute, because that might have been this, so you probably would have gotten late. either way. It's up to you. Either way, valid trades. Yeah, you can show your setup again. I'm curious how you trade. Yes, I'm back testing it right now. So basically, when I get on the charts, I trade only at 10 o'clock. I usually get on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, and I look for SMT between ES and NQ. ES is over here, NQ is on the right, ES is on the left. We had SMT at these highs, and then we have fair value gap here. So we have NQ made a higher high, ES made a lower low, which is a sign of a reversal, which really you can just get in shorts at 10 o'clock. Then we go on the 15-minute chart. I neglected the 15-minute chart. That's why I started losing. And then you kind of wait. Like we get this in the 9. That's at 9:30. So that's before me. Sometimes 9:30 will do this, and then we'll continue higher the rest of the day. So I stopped getting in at 9:30 because I would get faked out by this sometimes. It's hard to decide when you're gonna get faked out or not. Versus if you wait till 10, it still bounced up for you after 10 o'clock for you to get a better entry than getting in here. However, boom, we know we're there. So even if you trade just on the 15-minute chart, this candle close, you're getting in, tight stop. Well, it almost stopped you out here. So maybe the body, which isn't the nicest, or what most people do, you go to the 3-minute chart, and then you would have got in on this IFVG here to the downside. We have this bullish green IFVG, and then we inversed it with a full candle close, and then we go lower, and then stop loss there. I usually leave my stop loss at the bracket I have, 150 ticks, and then if it goes up a little bit, I'll move it accordingly where it should be at the high, technically, as an ICT trader. But if it's there and I don't have any drawdown, I'll let it run. And then liquidity is just where we wanted it at on the 1 hour. So if you're looking at the 1 hour chart, where are we going? To those lows right there. So that's just how I trade. ICT makes it easy. Trade at 10 a.m. You avoid those 9:30 fake outs, and watch SMT because you automatically know when it's going to reverse. So let's do one all the way through. My live wasn't working on TikTok, so Instagram, you got it. So we have a 1 hour fair value gap here. Boom. We already kind of wicked and closed out of it to these lows. It might honestly happen before 10 o'clock. We have no SMT because ES is also in this fair value gap. It closed a little above it, but let's see who takes out these lows or not. It's already, okay, so I have my FX replay set to 10 o'clock. So this is one of those days where you could have got in right at 10 o'clock. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. What is this? 9:45, 10, exactly. So there could have been times where you get it at 9:30, it stops you out just to go your way. 10 o'clock opened here. There is a fair value gap here on the 15-minute chart, but I do think we can go to these lows. I would have gotten in a trade right at 10 o'clock on this one. Not going to even lie to you. If I lose, I lose, whatever. And then we should take out those lows. Oof. Close. Got greedy. It came to here. And I did say this 15-minute fair value gap scared me. So it is what it is. But it did go down a pretty good bit before it wicked this out. But that's how I trade. I tried to just see where the market's going. And honestly, I've been taking 2 trades again. So we did bounce off this 15-minute fair value gap, but you would want to close above this. ES has a close above this already. How far up will we go? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I can see I need a candle close out of this before I get in a buy. You see why you wait for that candle close? Because say you would have gotten buys right off this. Like, yes, you lost your trade. You lost your trade, and you got right back in and then fucking lost again. And that's what you don't want to do. You do not want to lose 2 trades back to back like that. You want to wait. And honestly, some of my favorite days on the chart, and honestly, this sucks. I don't like days like this where I'm right. I was right. I got faked out. And then it went my way. Actually, no, what did I do? See, this is what I did. I forgot FX replay doesn't play. It doesn't play, it has to play the candle out. So this 10 a.m. candle looked very red, and then it closed blue. We probably would have waited for this candle. But let's look at the 3-minute. We might have not. There's probably be a day where I just lose. Because I know myself, I get in very fast. So I'm not going to even lie to y'all. Okay, so let's see. When was 10 a.m.? Oh yeah, 10 a.m. I might have got super clapped. Would I have gotten in right on this bearish, whatever? I hope not. But if you are patient enough to wait, you want to get in after this IFEG. That's what you really want. But I just know myself. I'm so trigger happy that usually it works out at 10 a.m. But then sometimes you get stuff like this where it wants to come, sweep out some liquidity, and then do the thing. Yo, what's good? Hey friends. Yeah, I'm just backtesting on live since my TikTok one wasn't really working. That's usually the one that's popping all the time. And it wasn't letting people join, so I just got off for y'all. But I'm just backtesting, getting my confidence back for the new week. I backtest live every day on TikTok and YouTube, but mastering these ICT concepts, looking at things that happen at 10 a.m., see how I can avoid them. This was something I just could not avoid. Because that actually shows, this is the 1 hour chart, so it didn't even finally start pushing down to 11 o'clock. And I know myself. I probably would have took that trade already in that hour. I already know. But we did tap out this gap once, and then we closed out of it, and then 10 a.m. went in. That's why I always wait till 10 a.m. Because say you got in shorts at 9:30 to leave the gap, if it literally just went up, stopped you out just to go your way. But it still came down a good bit, so it is what it is. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to go off the chart. So this one is one of those days where we do have S&T already because ES is just so much higher, but I just don't know what gap either of these want to reverse off of, because like there's this gap here on NQ, which is really the only gap on NQ, but ES has a bunch of gaps, and NQ, ES is already higher than that gap. That gap is this. So I think ES is going to do SMT and reverse out of this gap, I hope. Would be ideal, which lines up with the breaker as well. Sometimes the breaker can be SMT, which means ES hits the breaker, NQ does not. So hopefully they both reverse at 10 a.m. after this. And then your targets, New York low, London low, Asian low. Whatever works best for you. And let's just see. And then that's what you do, you just practice. I don't really set orders, I just practice playing it like a game. Are we gonna inverse it? Ooh, we came down a little. And now the S&T is gone. They both wanna go higher now. And that's what I'm talking about S&T. Like sometimes it fails me like this, where it looks like one's higher, ES was higher, and then they both just wanna go higher, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they both want to just going higher that day. And it's just one of those days where I would have lost probably. These are the days I lose when I cannot tell when NQ and ES finally wants to reverse on each other. Because now we still have S&T technically they do in reverse, because ES is still higher, but like they both still went higher from at 10 a.m. So let's just see what the 15-minute would have showed us. Because that's usually what I like to look at to know when not to trade. So 10 a.m. was here. Did look like we might be a little bearish. Hopefully no one took a short. And let's see what the 3-minute is showing. Like maybe it's like get on at 10 a.m. and wait like 15 minutes. Cause see, do you get a candle close for a bearish IFEG? You kind of do. I learned how to wait now too for this. I wait for like another candle to come down after, because sometimes they'll do this and it will reverse. Like wait for one more candle. This is tapped into an order block / supply zone or demand zone if you trade like that. And so, randomly sometimes NQ respects these. NQ usually respects fair value gaps more than order blocks or supply and demand zones, but some days it just does this and respects it, and then now you just have to wait for this fair value gap to be disrespected back to the upside. It does it again, it bounces back in. So I wouldn't even gotten on this trade or this trade if I was in the 3-minute, and then I wait for that second candle to close out of it and maybe would have gotten in here. But I don't know how tight. Oh, it did run a good bit actually. Or you could have waited for us to close above this gap. I don't know how tight your stop loss would have been, but would I have maybe 11, 1040, 11. It's a little pushing it for me, honestly. But this one would probably be better for me. This one here, just to be safe. Good, nice trade, but who knows? I might have got clapped and just got in right at this 10 o'clock wick, but now I'm looking at the 3 minute, it's not that strong. If I waited for like all three of these, that is pretty strong, and then maybe have gotten in a short because I just know myself. I am trigger happy, so sometimes I eat trades like this, and it sucks. And then you just wait and get back in, and then hopefully you wait for a better setup, and then get in again. But yeah, thank y'all for joining the live. I'll be back again tomorrow. This one was very uneventful compared to yesterday, but it is Saturday. People have things to do. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Alrighty, let me stop streaming on YouTube.